I'm going to play a little bit of audio coming from something that was released on Cardi B's own admit, and then I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. Okay, so y'all just heard that right there. And you got when it comes to a person like Cardi B, you got to disregard a lot of the extra stuff that she says, and in the tone that she uses it in. But the most important part that I wanted you to hear in that entire video clip was probably after the 30-second mark of the actual video itself. So Cardi B went on her Instagram live where she was just going off on whatever on a tangent, but in the middle of her little rant that she was going off on, she happened to slip something in there that many people probably didn't know. And that was the fact that she said that before her career really got started, that she used to drug men and rob them for their money. And she used sex to do it. So basically, Cardi B just admitted that in a way she used to be a prostitute, which for me does not surprise me because if you know Cardi B's history, she used to be a stripper before she ended up on that show Love and Hip Hop and before she blew up as this rapper that we know her as now. Now, people have been going in on her on Twitter ever since this video got released. They even created a hashtag for her called Surviving Cardi B, which was basically them giving a nod, or I guess in a joking way, to the whole Surviving R. Kelly thing. And they're basically saying, okay, Cardi B just went on Instagram Live and admitted to the world that she used sex to drug men and rob them of their money. Now you'll have some of her fans come out and try to run interference and try to defend her for doing this, but these are some of the same fans that when the whole Surviving R. Kelly thing was going around was, saying they have to mute R. Kelly this and mute R. Kelly that. Now this is again not me not defending R. Kelly, but if you're going to sit up there and say mute R. Kelly, then after Cardi B just admitted what she did, wouldn't you have to mute Cardi B to make yourself not seem like a hypocrite? I mean, if you're going to mute one, you got to mute the other. Now, some of the people that was talking about mute R. Kelly started to say that they're going to mute Michael Jackson after that stuff came out, supposedly came out about him, which we all know was a lie. I mean, they had to dig up some bones on a dead man who's been deceased for almost 10 years, and all of that is a lie. But you got people doing that to him. You got radio stations taking Michael Jackson songs off of the radio and removing monuments. Are they going to take Cardi B's stuff off of the radio? Probably not, because Cardi B is that it girl at the moment. She's what America loves right now. Across the spectrum, she has crossover success. Now, if she was just limited to probably just us, then they'd have no problem getting rid of her or tossing her to the side. But right now, Cardi B is a cash cow. She makes money. She makes headlines, even if she is a bit controversial. But at the same time, keep that same energy that you had for R. Kelly and Michael Jackson for her as well. Also, you got to take into effect that, yes, she's a woman. Now, this is really where the double standards is going to come in, because if they don't give that same energy to Cardi B as they gave to R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, then there's a clear-cut double standard here. And then also you got to take into consideration too with the whole Bill Cosby thing, because they dug into Bill Cosby past to get him convicted on just hearsay. Now they kept saying that Bill Cosby said in his documents that, or said out of his mouth, that he gave women these quaaludes so he could sleep with them and whatever. This woman just admitted on video on her Instagram live, her own personal account, that she used sex to drug men and rob them of their money. There's a few felony charges there. I wouldn't be surprised if they left her alone now, but if they really wanted to go after her, they'll wait for a while to use this against her. This woman just admitted her own career ending, I guess you can say, revelation. If her handlers want her career to end, that is. But at this point, they probably don't want her career to go away just that fast. So they'll try to find a way to bury this. And this was a recent video. This isn't something somebody dug up. This is a very, very, very recent live that she did on her Instagram. It's not something that she put out there like over a year ago. When I say recent, I'm talking about probably within the last week. Now watch, they're going to try to find a way to bury this. Now there are rumors coming out that she had herpes and that she probably exposed some people to it. I wouldn't be surprised if that was if that wasn't a rumor and that was true. I wouldn't. I mean, think about it. This woman used to strip. She loves talking about sex all the time. The woman practically operates like a functioning nymphomaniac, which is basically a person who is addicted to having sex. They can't stop talking about it and they just can't go without having it. Otherwise, they feel like their world will just come crashing down and burn all around them. Like their life literally revolves around it. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was indeed true. And if that is true, then she's not only operating like how people would say that she's operating like a quote unquote Bill Cosby, but if she does have or had herpes and she was exposing people probably to it, then they'll say she's operating like how Charlie Sheen was, because he has HIV and he was still out there having wild sex with random women, exposing them to that. If you want to be technical. But something tells me that they are not going to handle her the way that they handled Bill Cosby, definitely. How they're handling R. Kelly right now, and also how they're dealing with Michael Jackson, even though the man is dead, has been deceased for 10 years and is not here to defend himself. But she's here to defend herself. But she can't defend this because she just admitted it. But they'll find a way to say, oh, it was taken out of context. It wasn't. They'll say she was under the influence or she was intoxicated. She wasn't. That woman was very sober when she admitted this. And y'all heard it right here. But I don't know what I have no clue what they're going to do or not do when it comes to this situation right here. But if they do not, this will show a clear-cut double standard of what they will do to a man in this situation versus what they would do to a woman. Look at the situation with Allison Mack. I can always go back to that. That woman was a part of a sex cult where they branded their victims to let them know whose property they were, like chattel. And they barely ever talk about her. Granted, yes, one of the reasons being she's a white woman, but guess what? Cardi B isn't white. She doesn't identify as a white woman. She is a woman. So the double standard can't be just based on the race. Now, it's only going down literally to the gender. And the fact of the matter is, they will handle kid gloves with a woman versus how they would deal with a man in a situation like this. So, and basically, if they don't deal with this like they should, they're basically okaying that women can do what Cardi B did and get away with it. They can do what Allison Mack did and get away with it. Look at a lot of these female teachers and versus the male teachers when they sleep with their students. And it's way more women that have committed that as a crime versus the men. But when a woman does it, it's handled very lightly, with the exception of Mary Kay Letourneau, but they gave her chance after chance. If it was a man that did what she did, that teacher would still be in jail to this day. And if they weren't in jail, they'll find a way to reprimand that guy to the fullest extent of the law. And they'll make them feel that pinch, in which I would be all okay for that. Because if they really want equality, handle it correctly. That's why I don't believe in equality. Not because, it can't happen, but the fact of the matter is it won't happen. At this point, equality is just a word. As far as I am concerned, it's as mythical as a damn unicorn. As a matter of fact, I probably have a better chance of seeing a unicorn before I actually see quote unquote real equality. But we'll see how they'll deal with this, and we'll also see how long this stays in the news or in the media. Probably won't stay that long, but we will see. Y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.